Hello, I'm Elias Romero, and this is my persuasive speech. I want to start off with a question. Why do we participate in sports? To stay fit and healthy? Maybe to develop some life skills like hard work and discipline and determination. Maybe to work with others and develop good teamwork, skills, camaraderie, and good sportsmanship. Or maybe it's to unleash that competitive spirit that lies dormant within us. Well, today I'm here to talk about a sport that encompasses all of these reasons and more, and that's wrestling. One of the oldest sports known to man, and in my personal opinion, one of the best, and why it should be included in more middle school and high school sports programs. Just for some personal credentials here, as a wrestler of 7 years from sixth grade all the way through senior year, wrestling was a big focus of my high school career. Over time, it helped strengthen both my body and my mind, teaching me to work relentlessly to accomplish goals and exposing me to an amazing network of peers, mentors, and hardworking individuals that I never would have met otherwise. Participating in wrestling really helped change my life, and adding it in schools, it can help change the lives of so many more kids as well. The first point I want to bring up is that wrestling is open to and encourages people of all different types of people. There's no typical style and build of a wrestler, and really anyone can start to wrestle. The many weight classes that separate a team utilize people of all sizes, heights, and weights. And there's not a lot of equipment involved in the sport as well, which opens it to people of varying economic classes. All you need are some shoes and headgear, and you're ready to go. And while wrestling is believed to be a sport only for boys, wrestling is just as much of a sport for girls as well. I had a couple of girls on my high school team, and it really wasn't a big deal. And nationally, women's wrestling is one of the fastest growing high school sports. According to information on Wrestle Like a Girl's website, 39 states have sanctioned high school girls wrestling already, with 19 of those sanctions happening in the last 3 years. So no matter who you are, small or large, weak or strong, you can wrestle, and you will develop character and learn amazing life skills by learning physical and mental toughness. If nothing else, wrestling is not an easy sport. It's tough, it beats you up, but it helps strengthen you and build you stronger because of it. Even in practice, wrestling is a full body workout, constantly utilizing your arms, your legs, your core, and your back. And in matches, you utilize short, fast bursts of energy, which helps strengthen your agility and speed in your movements, as well as your short-term endurance. In wrestling practices, which are normally about an hour or longer, you develop long-term endurance as well. And when it's just you and your opponent on the mat, it can be really mentally stressful. But wrestling has taught me and can teach so many kids universal skills such as discipline and determination, working hard and constantly to achieve a goal, resilience, keeping a level head in stressful situations, and keeping your head high after tough losses, confidence and self-belief, believing in yourself when you're training 100%, and aggressiveness and competitiveness, knowing what you want, going out there and taking it. Mental toughness that you learn from wrestling is used in so many situations in life whenever you step out of your comfort zone or you're faced with an unfamiliar situation. Finally, while you're on the mat alone, you're really never in the battle alone. While wrestling is an individual sport, in a team setting, it can really support and promote teamwork and camaraderie. Everyone on a wrestling team goes through the same types of struggles, the enduring the tough practices, and being in those stressful moments during matches. And while it's easy to quit, it's so much easier to stick with it when you know you're not going through it alone. Through struggles, teammates learn to depend on each other and understand each other because they're all put in the same types of situations. It's also important to support your wrestlers as teammates on the bench during matches. Whether you're down and tired by 1 point at the end of a match or have been beaten on the whole time, support from your bench during times when you're tired can really help you push past fatigue and finish out a match strong. Both having support from teammates and giving support as a teammate can remind you that it's not always about winning and losing, but it's really about staying strong, facing adversity, and growing together. So while I've given you all these benefits of wrestling, there's still a lot of pushback that prevents wrestling in schools, and that's primarily the high risk of injury. But it's very important to note that most injuries are from inexperienced wrestlers, and they can be prevented With proper education of technique by proper coaching, a safe environment such as proper wrestling mats and padded walls in a wrestling room, and finally, the prevention of overworking wrestlers, because as wrestlers get more tired, they become more sloppy, and that's when more injuries occur. Some studies also show that wrestling isn't even the most injury-causing sport out there. This study from 2016, published by the Clinical Journal of Sports Medicine, surveyed 27 high school sports over 3 years and found that across that time period, football was most responsible for time loss and non-time loss injuries. And while football is a much more popular sport in middle school and high school than wrestling, it seems that wrestling is so much perceived as a high risk and physical sport, but serious injuries are not as common as people think. And to conclude, I ask you once more to think about your own high school experience and if it had a wrestling program. If so, what types of people were those wrestlers? Were they motivated? Were they hardworking? Were they dedicated people? Because most wrestlers really are. Wrestling has given me so much in my life. It's given me lifelong friends. It's given me a strong work ethic that I can apply to my schoolwork. It's given me the courage and confidence to become unafraid when I face new and diverse situations, and so much more. And it's unfair and a little bit illogical even to rob so many young kids of the chance to have their lives changed for the better by this beautiful sport known as wrestling. Thank you.